Hello bargain hunters, welcome back to Tim Really Rides Motorbikes. This disembodied voice is Tim, and this is a Suzuki GSX-S1000GT. It's missing 1000, it's a GSX-S1000GT. I've not ridden this, I've not even sat on it, so this is a very first impressionsy review. You're on the one, can't you? Let's sort you out. Yeah, this is Suzuki's new £11,600 sort of sports toury thing. It's got a 1000cc engine, it's got 150 horsepower. That sounds like a lot of power for the money, he says, nearly dropping it because the clutch is a bit grabby. So yeah, I'm just going to ride home. This isn't going to be the most fascinating ride. It's just going to be my genuine first impressions. Exit. And I'm mostly going to do motorways, so it's going to be a little bit dull, but hey, who cares? Let's get out of Milton Keynes. So yeah, I guess it's been a while since I rode anything with the fabled Suzuki 1000cc 4-cylinder screamedy donk donk off of, you know, the K5. But this already feels engine wise very familiar. Rode the Katana a few years ago. That was a slightly odd hodgepodge of Suzuki parts with a retro vibe that didn't really tickle my pickle because I just wasn't really the target audience for it, because I'm not quite that old. My favourite era of motorbikes is probably mid-noughties ish and pink Triumphs. But anyway, oh lovely, oh yes, okay, we're gonna get on just fine. Yeah, I've just dropped a Hayabusa back at Suzuki, and I love that. That engine was phenomenal, like a groundswell of torque, but the riding position was doing me knees in. I've done a few 100 miles on it today to bring it up here from my house, and I'm very glad to be heading south on something where my knees are a little bit more relaxed. I'm a lot more upright. I've got a little screen, non-adjustable. It's mostly firing the wind noise at the YouTube microphone, so I might have to slow down a bit if you actually want to hear me. But yeah, I kind of got this bike in to test because, well, I don't watch a huge amount of motorbike media, but all the reviews I'd seen of this said it's so much more than the sum of its parts. And I also firmly believe that different types of motorbikes do different jobs really well, and it's been a while since I rode a kind of upright sports toury thing like this. And also, I'm a firm believer in the fact that everything in this world is really effing expensive at the moment, so it's nice to have a bike that, admittedly £11,600 is still a lot of money, but this offers a lot of wang for your dollar bucks. Whoa, okay. It's fast, it's really fast. You probably didn't need me to tell you that. Sitting on a 1000cc 150 horsepower inline 4. I've got a really nice colour dash down there. Very similar Suzuki drive mode system. I think that stands for Sodomy, SDMS. So I can change my trip and my rider modes and all that kind of stuff. There's presets which change the traction control. You can turn quick shift off and on. Unlike the Hayabusa, you can't just anti-wheelie or anything like that. That's very modern, isn't it? Do you expect that for 11,600? And obviously you can get hard panniers for this as well. Front does feel a bit vague, but you know, we've just got on it and it's cold tyres. It's got very addictive induction noise. Sounds like you're trying to burp a pregnant toad. So yeah, this is Milton Keynes, which is easy to write off, Milton Keynes, because 90% of it is really fucking horrible. But it's a conurbation of lots of old towns and villages. I say old, lots of them are from the 60s, 70s and 80s. But sometimes you'll turn off a roundabout into one of the little villages and it'll be half timbered buildings and really old, and that GoPro's died. And you'll just be surprised because there are so many roundabouts. If you don't know Milton Keynes, it's all on a grid system. So you've got H roads which are horizontal and V roads which are vertical, so V7. But it's quite handy because I always like to know, I've got an internal compass, I like to know if I'm heading east, north or west. So if my sat nav isn't set, I can use a mental picture of where I am to know which way I'm going. Throttle response is probably a bit sharp in this mode. Don't know if that's adjustable. Haven't done the research. Yeah, I used to work in Milton Keynes at Volkswagen Group. I used to write stuff for dealers and things. It was all good. But there's some cool stuff in Milton Keynes. Bletchley Park, if you're into your World War II history. The code breakers who single-handedly shortened World War II. That's not technically true. They did do cool stuff though. Intelligence gathering, code breaking, Enigma machines, Alan Turing, all that good jazz. Poisoned apples, that's not where the Apple logo came from, despite urban myths. And what else is here? I think Domino's headquarters, Domino's Pizza. I think that's not on the tourist map. There's a snow dome. My boss lives here. Yeah, she's a ripper. What a cool thing. Nice to be out on a nice sunny day doing some roundabouts. Yeah, there's lots and lots and lots and lots of roundabouts in Milton Keynes. I can't remember how many exactly, it's in the hundreds. If you like drifting at night, you'd probably like Milton Keynes in your car. Carmen Hoon about, do some skids in your badly modified E36 3 Series. Sorry, I'm not casting aspersions, you're probably better than that. Oh yes, this already feels like a bit of me. I was just looking at my KTM 1290 Super Adventure, which has been sitting under a tree in Suzuki's car park for a couple of weeks. It is absolutely bekackied with sap, so I'm going to have to clean it, that's the word. I have to clean it when I get home, when I get it home in a couple of weeks. And no, I'm not going to blag a bunch of cleaning products and do a review of them, because I can't be asked to do that sort of content. I like riding, and I don't have time. But anyway, let's turn this off. The GoPro 8 has succumbed to the vibrations of this engine already, and there's no way to turn it off and take the battery out. Really should get rid of it. It's quite weird, the mirrors are quite far away from you on this. They're set on the nose fairing on long arms, so it's almost like I can't reach them to adjust them. I mean I can, but I have to lean forward a lot. That's why I didn't put my GoPro on them, because I won't be able to reach it to turn it off and on. But they're super stable and they are not vibey. I'm going M1 south. If I see a McDonald's, I might go into it because I'm fucking hungry. Oh, there's one here. Oh, there's a Nando's as well. Okay, I know where I am now. Sorry, I'm coming across there. Whoa, this throttle is super sharp, possibly too sharp. Holy moly. Actually, no, I'm going to be good. I'm not going to have McDonald's because I had it yesterday and I had 2 KFCs the day before that. It's not been a good week. I've been stressed and I've been on the road a lot, which is not good for my diet. I might just skip lunch. Sorry, I came here to talk about the bike, not what goes into my colon. But yeah, so far, so predictably good, to be honest. I like the down blipper, that's very smooth. The quick shift is also smooth. The throttle response is a little bit sharp in A mode. I wonder if that's smoothed out in other modes. Go on, lorry, do your lorry thing. A Honda dealer. Ooh, this is rude. This is surprisingly rude. Ah, there you go, John Lewis Distribution Centre. That's great. The one next to it is Bar Soft Drinks. You make Iron Brew, which is a Scottish drink. It's orange, and I really like it. I just wish they would make a slush puppy version. That's probably quite a niche request. Oh yeah, that down blip is really coming alive now it's warmed up a bit. Oh yeah, I dig this, I dig this. But anyway, I'm about to hop on a motorway and ride home, which is going to take me about an hour and a half. And I will report back when I'm close to home, because you won't be able to hear me on the motorway and it's pretty boring. And if I do any filtering, I'll get angry Americans in the comments who are jealous that they're not allowed to filter and or are a bit too scared. See you in a bit. So it's cool, it feels light as well. I think it's 220 kilos this, but it doesn't feel it. Nod. Do you have the time to listen to me whine about the tingly bit between my legs? I can confirm that I have just done about 30 or 40 miles of the M25, which was nearly all at a standstill. So there was much filtering / lane splitting. Yeah, it was great. It was quite mentally tiring. I can confirm at 5,500 RPM, this does make my penis tingle. If you're sitting forward in the seat at 5,500 RPM, oh hello, look at that rover. Whoa. It does make your bits go a bit numb. It's like the inverse of a visit from a stranger when you sleep in your arm. But yes, I very much like this bike. It is very nice, it is very good, it is very comfortable. Slightly vibey, but it's an inline 4. It's quite short geared, so yeah, you do about 5,000 RPM with 70 miles an hour top out of a possible 11,500. But otherwise, my bum is, you know, it's getting used to the seat. It's not dreadful, it's pretty good. The wind blast isn't bad. The engine, it's just phenomenal. But yeah, my god, there's so much traffic today. It is a sunny Friday and everyone's on the M25 doing 2 miles an hour. And I've had Green Day stuck in my head for most of the M25 as well, which is always good. Let's play a game of guess where you're going, because you're not indicating. Bumpy tarmac, how's it cope with that lent over? He's alright, he's alright. Brakes pretty strong as well. I know I'm not reviewing this, this is just my first impressions, but I like it a lot. I want to eat something that's not snot. Anyway, that's probably enough of first impressions wafflage. Stay tuned for the full review of the Suzuki GSX-S1000GT by TIM RODIE. Coming to YouTube soon, maybe soon, I don't know. I've got a bunch of other ones to publish. Aprilia, the 20V4, haven't done that yet. Hayabusa, got to do that. You stay there, Mr. Jazz, with your main beams on. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully this has been vaguely entertaining, not too boring, and there's no pence. So I shall see you next time. Goodbye. Yeah, bye. Thanks for watching. Have a good week.